Testing. 1, 2, 3. Let me know that you can hear me. Good morning. Happy, what is today? Thursday. Shout out to Thursday. Throwback Thursday. That's not what we're doing though, because we are 2 days away from vacation. 2 days away from the Caribbean. And the question is, will I make it there? Okay. So good morning. Shout out to all of y'all. We can welcome my travel channel here on YouTube. I have included them with this since we are talking about travel today. Shout out to the travel channel. Shout out to Aliyah being up in here all early. Listen, don't be losing your jobs. Don't be late. None of that. Ain't nobody trying to hear it. Don't come back here blaming me. All right. No, I didn't say it. It is what it is. All right. Let me go ahead and drop Rumble. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not. Up to 103, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to Aliyah. I see you. I appreciate you. Let's run it up. Run it up. But we got to talk about TSA, of course. I would turn on the microphone, but it's a little early. So I'll save that for later on this afternoon. I'll be back to do an early stream around 3 p.m. EST. All right. But I got to talk about this because it may affect me. Okay. I'm just saying. We having problems here. You already know it's a partial shutdown because the government is a bunch of jackasses at the end of the day. And the TSA workers are not getting paid. So they quitting. Now, while that does affect me and my travel plans, I ain't no hater, okay? Because I know GD well. If I walked into work today, even though I work from home, if I went in and got online and they said, bitch, you're not getting paid, who working? I'm sorry, who working? If you go into work today and they said, you know what, we not paying you and we don't know when we will, but child, trust me, you get the money later. And this is not the first time. Not the second time, but the third time in approximately 6+ months, a little bit over 6 months, that this has happened. And from what I understand, they may not have gotten the money from the last time. There's no way for me to postpone. There's no way for that. I'm going to go to the Philadelphia International Airport in 2 days, less than 48 hours, actually. Ain't no changing it. Ain't no changing nothing. Okay. So I have changed my parking reservation to 1 a.m. in the morning, but I'm following Philly news and it looks like it might be unnecessary, but every day it's something different. So we need to go ahead and take a look. 1, because I need to know. 2, we all need to know. And 3, what in the hell is going on? Maybe this was the slavery that Ricky and them was talking about. I want to know. Good morning, BT. BT says they beat TSA like they treat TSA like a startup company, like acting like they don't matter. From what I understand, which we're going to try to suss out for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, is why the government is shut down. Because you already know the main reason is that it's Donald Trump's fault. But from what I'm understanding, it's Democrats who are the holdup. Yo, there goes that ladybug from last night. You still here? You got away from me. Don't get in my food now. I see you traveling this way. Don't get in my damn food because, yes, I'm eating breakfast. I have some eggs, egg whites, some blackberries, some cottage cheese, and some ground turkey. I'm trying to eat it all, but it's a lot, child. It's a lot. Maybe the ladybug is here to bring me help to make sure that I make my flight. But the problem is if I make it through Philly, let me rephrase. When I make it through Philly, the problem is going to be Hartsfield, Atlanta, the Atlanta airport, because they really going through it. Yeah. Well, child, stay out my food. He can say good morning. Good morning to all of y'all. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. So I talked to Chat GPT a little bit. Okay. People don't want to hear what it has to say when it's something they don't want to hear. It says, I asked it, why is there a partial government shutdown? It says partial government shutdown happens when Congress doesn't pass funding bills or a temporary extension to keep parts of the federal government running. So the people that we elect, isn't that their primary job, to make sure that the government works and continues to run? So while all these biatches and ninjas is out here and they're saying what the American people want, how come they not hearing that the American people want the daggone government to not be shut down for no stupid reason? Because as far as I'm concerned, it's a stupid reason, but maybe I'm wrong. It says the core reason that it usually comes down to a political disagreement over money and priorities, how to spend, how much to spend, what to spend it on, defense, immigration, social programs, etc. Policy add-ons tied to the budget. If lawmakers and the president can't agree before the deadline, funding expires, shutdown begins. I think that the TSA workers and anybody else that's affected should be paid. I think they absolutely should be paid, because you would want to be paid. So why isn't this a bigger issue? I feel like it's just not as big of an issue as it should be. I don't think so. Especially since they're quitting, they're not coming in, they're calling out sick, and I don't blame them. Because I would call out sick first. I actually would call out sick, because I'm gonna use all my time before I quit. I'm gonna use every last bit of my time before I quit. But while I'm using that time, I'm gonna be going ahead and looking for the next job. I'm just saying, but that's just me. It says what partial means. Not everything stops. Essential workers stay running. It says TSA, military and air traffic control. Remember the last time the military wasn't getting paid? I still feel like it wasn't as big of an issue as it should have been, because our military need to be paid, period, point, effing blank. No ifs, ands, or buts. But workers may work without pay temporarily or be furloughed, sent home unpaid. That's why you hear about TSA issues. The morale drops, the call outs increase, and things slow down. Why does it happen so often? The budget deadlines are used as leverage in political fights. Budget deadlines are used as leverage in political fights. So in other words, all those people that we got down there that always say, but the American people are not seemingly saying anything about this. All right, let me turn this on. My bad. They just down there talking about Trump is bad, or you can't listen to this one, and you don't know, and illegal immigrants should be here. Just the fact that the word illegal is in that phrase blows my mind, that people fighting for illegal people. Like, I just was talking to somebody this morning, and I was like, how is it that, well, let me rephrase. I said, did C-19 just rot everybody's brain and common sense, and now everyone just doesn't know how to be quote unquote normal? No one knows how to be normal any longer. So anything that's contrarian to someone else, they're going to fight to be difficult, chaotic, just for difficult and chaotic sake, right? So just because you think it should be your way, it's straight your way or the highway. What happened to negotiation? What happened to the American people? What happened to caring for others? Worrying about taking care of your neighbors, even your family at the end of the day. So in my opinion, Democrats just want everything for free. Of course, we know that. And they want everyone to have everything. They want everyone to be, this is worse than the 70s and the 60s. I'm gonna say the 60s, okay? When everybody was free and free love, and they was out in the cornfields or the fields, and they was in their vans, and then they was getting HIGH, and incense was all over the place in their vans and whatnot, and be free, love you, love me, love you, love. That ain't even what it is. It's just straight, I said so, and that's it. Like, what is going on? What the hell is going on? But I just got a feeling. Well, let me rephrase. No, the same people that are holding up these negotiations or whatever will be the same people that will get voted right back in. Get voted right back in. Because some people actually look at this. Yeah, they're fighting for us. They fighting for who? Yeah, they fighting for us. Who? I'm an owl right now. Who? Where in y'all's brains, not y'all, you know what I'm saying. Where is it in y'all's brains where your common sense comes back and you see that these people don't give a damn about none of us, and we all should be upset and have issue with more than half of the things that they do because they're there for us. They're there for us. I'm not trying to hear nothing that got to do with because somebody is illegal. Because like I said, for all the people that's always fighting, how come y'all don't go do that shit in Russia? How come y'all not running on over to Iran at this point, or Israel, and going over there and protesting? Why y'all not doing it over there, Bueller? Why y'all not going on over there and doing that someplace else besides here? And then to be upset and have the nerve to act like feeding the military seafood and surf and turf, you act like that's a problem. You listen to people like Willie D. You think everything has a negative connotation. Let me rephrase that. You think that they're doing something good and you don't even realize at the end of the day, all they're doing is effing ish up. For us, mind you. I'm just saying. So when y'all start trying to go on vacation and you can't go, I don't want to hear it. I have resigned myself that I may not make it once I get to Atlanta. I think I'll be fine in Philly. But if I get to Atlanta where the layover is, I think, an hour and a half, that may be where the problem lies. I've resigned myself to the fact that it might not work out. Can I go and sue the government for that? Probably not. Shout out to the TSA workers, though, okay? Because, again, and there might be other parts of the government that got to deal with this. I'm just unaware of that. I'm focusing on TSA, obviously, because I travel and because I will be at the airport soon. And y'all already know, if you don't know, I bought the Go Wild Pass. So once my taxes are done and I got that out of my brain, I'm out of here every weekend and sometimes on a weekday. All right, out of here. I plan on going someplace already. The plan anyway in April. So even once a month, if not twice, I got to go see my mom, my family in Boston. That's on the docket. I got to cruise with my granddaughter. This better be resolved by then, but that's not until the fall. But y'all, for those of us that can, we try and get the hell on up out of here and not deal with this mess. Besides the fact that I've already paid for TSA and about to get clear, but I guess I can put that on hold for right now. About to get clear because I ain't got time for all this foolishness. That's what we pay for this stuff for. So we ain't got to stand in these long lines. And let me tell you, Philly Airport can definitely have some crazy ass long lines. But what does it say? How does it affect travel? TSA stays open, but there's longer lines, shorter staffing shortages, delays, possible. Airports don't shut down, but the experience can get messy. Well, from what I understand, there's a possibility of some shutdowns of some airports. So I asked about why there is a current government shutdown, and ChatGPT ain't up on it. It says there isn't a confirmed active U.S. government shutdown right now, but what you're likely seeing is the same stuff that they already said. All right, so we know that that is not the case. So everybody put their faith into ChatGPT and all these other AI things, and it might not necessarily be all up to date. All right. Let me go ahead and take a look. Let's see what's going on over here. This is News Nation from about 14 hours ago. Before I get into that, let me go ahead and acknowledge BT. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. He said, I bet if members of Congress paychecks were impacted, they wouldn't be shut down. Yeah, let's put that on the docket. Let's call all our Congress people and say, child, put in there when you're about to get this thing done, this bill done or whatever, put in there that next time all Congress people will be on the same type of time with pay as TSA and see how that works out. Let's see how that works out. But I digress. Anyway, let's see what's going on over here with News Nation. Bradley International Airport, frustration mounts for travelers, TSA agents as partial shutdown continues.
And I get here and the first thing I hear is it's delayed.
It's pretty frustrating. Definitely. We got here, we were prepared for the lines, the really long lines. It's not even on our radar because of everything getting canceled.
They don't know if we're going to get a flight tomorrow. They don't know if we're going to get a flight the next day. So now we don't even know if we're going to go.
All right, so those are just some travelers as lawmakers continue blaming each other for the partial shutdown plaguing our nation's airports with long lines and canceled and delayed flights. President Trump today on Truth Social saying the Democrats are fully to blame and must pay a big price for the good of our country in the midterm elections. Right now, 90% of DHS employees are still working without pay. Democrats say they won't vote.
Come on, Lord, help your people.
To end the shutdown.
Let me go back and read this. Hold on a second. Yeah, your president said the Democrats' purposeful DHS shutdown is causing chaos at the airports. These lunatics are being totally unreasonable in their radical left ass. They are fully to blame and must pay a big price for the good of our country in the midterm elections. Vote blue no matter who. Now, do I take his total word for it? Absolutely not. But this rhetoric does not help. Child, this rhetoric does not help at all. Child, that ladybug has stayed still and it's just like staring at me, okay? It's just still just staring at me. Can I see its eyes? No, but I just imagine that's what it's doing. How come it's not moving? I ain't kill it, y'all. I didn't kill it. Anyway, I'm just saying.
Fully to blame and must pay a big price for the good of our country in the midterm elections. Right now, 90% of DHS employees are still working without pay. Democrats say they won't vote to end.
Let me see. Partial shutdown, day 33. I didn't even realize it was 33 days. Essential operations continue. 90% of DHS employees working without, 90% of people working for Homeland Security are working without pay. Shout out to them. Shout out to him or them for continuing on. Because I'm telling you, I'm not doing it. I'm going to be straight. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Dems calling for reforms to immigration enforcement. GOP says security concerns growing amid war with Iran. Okay. So I'm assuming we can trust News Nation, right? So the Democrats want reform to immigration enforcement. So your Democrats that and I'm going to include some want to cut for, they holding up Yah's vacation. They not paying Yah because they want to make sure that ICE doesn't work, because that's basically what that means. So instead of trying to negotiate, they just gonna F us all, basically. You know how they say the American people, you know, I hate that phrase, the American people. That's not what the American people want. These MFers don't care about the American people. That's why y'all are about to put Maxie back in and Clyburn, Jimmy, what's his name? James Clyburn, Jimmy, y'all about to put Jimmy back in there and they ain't done nothing for nobody, period. And all the rest of them, whoever the hell they are. Those are just the ones that come to mind, 80 some odd years old, 90 some odd years old. Now remember, these are the same people that said Trump is too old, but they pushing 100 and they young. Goodbye. How, Sway? How? I think Joe Biden was great. He would have been on his game. Child, are they seeing the same crap that I'm seeing? Maybe not y'all. Are they seeing the same stuff I'm seeing? I'm trying to understand what they be looking at. The same Joe Biden walking into the rainforest? I'm a little bit confused. So the Republicans have security concerns growing amid the war with Iran. Well, these alleged, people that care about the American people are all upset about the fact that the military got surf and turf for dinner once. When our military here, because we support the military on this channel, have confirmed that that's typical and that's what they do. Besides the fact, when the end of the fiscal year comes at most places, including corporate America, you don't want to lose the funding. So you do spend the money because they'll look at it like, oh, well, you don't need all this money, so we're going to take it back from you. Now, y'all know. If you have money and you knew you would lose it, wouldn't you spend it? A la FSA and HSA, for those that work. FSA and HSA, when it comes to the time of the year, at the end of the year, they always say, use it or lose it, use it or lose it. You get until like, I think the end of March, use it or lose it, use it or lose it, right? So you put that money in there yourself. So I'm pretty sure you're going to use it because I'm pretty sure you don't want to lose it. Oh, but over here, child, they should just lose it instead of spend it on the people that they should spend it on, because those are the people that fight for y'all to be over here talking the nonsense that you do. To say, let's go ahead and F the American people, F the airlines, F the people traveling. One of the things that, since no one can afford the eggs and the milk, I don't even know how half of these people can travel, but I digress on that for this stream. We need illegal immigrants to have all the rights as Americans, us that are born here, us that work here, us that pay these taxes. We should just be like, you know what? Let's just give them everything. I want y'all to help me understand what country y'all can go to and do the same shit and be okay with it. Bueller? I need y'all to tell me where the hell it is, where these people can go, where they can cause this chaos and demand and command that they change what they doing and give it to people that wasn't born there. Americans, I need y'all that's fighting so hard to go on over to those places and do this mess. Go do that. Every single last one of these people that have been inhibiting and stopping all this should be in jail. I said that, I meant that. How come those, Ebony just said Ilhan Omar. I was just about to say, where the Somalians out here with y'all? Because they was over there talking about they looking for reparations. Blacks, coloreds, FBAs, African Americans, ADOS, chocolates, ebonies, whatever you want to be called today. How come they ain't out here on the front line with y'all? While you got Don Lemon and the Black Lives Matter lady fighting for illegal migrants, do they fight for y'all like that? Does Maxie fight for her district like this? Does Claiborne fight for his district like this? But then these are the people that be telling y'all the problem is white supremacy, discrimination, racism, Jim Crow, all that stuff. I just be confused. I be trying to get y'all to help me understand because I don't be understanding. But y'all, maybe it's just me. So the Republicans have security concerns with the growing war. Well, of course we do. I read someplace that they was trying to send some ish on over here to us, to blow some ish up, and it was stopped. But the point is that y'all like it here, y'all like it to be safe, or do y'all like to see 9/11s? Because I'm under the impression these crazy people must like to see 9/11s, and that's what they want to see. Keep that mess over there. Do I think there should be a war? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But now it's done. Ain't no president before then done some ish that they probably ain't had no business doing that didn't make no damn sense. Honestly, the one with when Dick Cheney was in office, I think that's when my boyfriend at the time had to leave and go to Desert Storm. It's Desert Storm. Isn't that the one with weapons of mass destruction? Was it that one? So honestly, y'all, there was a few people that I was supposed to marry before I got married, y'all. And he was one of the people that I was supposed to marry. Okay. I have no doubt in my mind. But all of a sudden, his ass had to go to the military, but he's a military person. So he's on up out of here. That was the end of that. I'm just saying. Child, I done dealt with a lot of military men. Shout out to the vet. Must be why I loved them so much. Because my high school sweetheart, because I was supposed to marry him, was National Guard. Anyway, come on, child. What else?
The shutdown without serious immigration enforcement reforms, and Republicans strongly oppose those reforms. News Nation senior correspondent Laura Engel is live at Newark International Airport with the very latest, Laura.
Hey, Nicole. Well, we've been watching it all day, and we're seeing a very similar scene all across the country here at Newark Liberty International. Take a look at these lines here behind me. They're really ramping up as people are snaking through the system right now. And in some cities, they're not just dealing with long lines. Security checkpoints are actually shutting down with all that's going on. In Philadelphia, for example, 3 different terminals saw temporary closures of their checkpoints this morning, and that's because there just simply weren't enough agents to staff them. Passengers there being told now you better show up at least 2.5 hours early. We're hearing in some places 3 hours early just to get through security. And all of it is happening as air travel spike demands. We've got the spring break crowds, right? Number one. Severe weather earlier this week, not helping. And now the partial government shutdown. It's all creating this sort of perfect storm for travel chaos. And we wanted to get to some numbers so we can show you exactly what we're dealing with here. Nearly 3,000 delays and cancellations just today alone. And behind what's driving it, the TSA agents aren't getting paid during the shutdown. So you've got some calling out sick. Others are taking second jobs just to make ends meet. So they're calling out too. And the numbers really are staggering. Absentees spiked over 50% in Houston. That's a major problem going on in Texas, more than 30% in cities like New Orleans and Atlanta, similar numbers at major hubs like JFK. And just today, Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries called out Republicans, saying their priorities are in the wrong place over this.
But rather than get ICE under control, Republicans have decided to force TSA agents to work without pay, to undermine FEMA.
So did you hear what he just said? I know I see you, Prime, saying that you can't hear. Y'all can't hear? Because this jackass just admitted it right here. Hold on. I'm trying to turn on my other channel. Hold on. Turn on my other channel. Okay. Let's rewind that.
Are in the wrong place over this.
But rather than get ICE under control, Republicans.
Rather than get ICE under control. Rather than get ICE under control. Rather than get ICE under control. Did they have a problem with ICE when Obama was president? Wasn't it under Obama too? Or who was the last president? Joe Biden, when Joe Biden had it, my bad. When Joe Biden had ICE, it wasn't a problem. I'm assuming that it was, I know it was new since ICE has been in place since 9/11, right? So it was they didn't have this fervor when Joe Biden had ICE. I'm confused. So he just admitted it, so we know what it is. So they want to control ICE instead of controlling the people who are impeding ICE and telling them, get your ass to work, get in a house and stop destroying Minneapolis, or is it Minneapolis, Minnesota, whatever it is. Okay, how come, thank you, boo. How come nobody's saying that? Where all these people that's running off at the mouth about Jasmine Crockett not being elected, why is no one saying anything about this? I'm confused. It's been acting up since that tornado when it went out. I'm gonna have to get Verizon out here, as it is the internet. It's not StreamYard, even though StreamYard had its issues. StreamYard definitely has their issues. It's not StreamYard, it's the internet. But Hakeem just admitted it. I thought they cared about the American people. I thought they cared about the American people. Well, how selfish of you, Donald. It doesn't matter whether you travel or not. There are people that are expected to work for free. How about that? You don't give a damn about that? Because I'm pretty sure if somebody came to you and said you got to work for free, that you wouldn't appreciate that. So maybe come outside of your own brain and your selfishness and think about someone but yourself. Good morning, Mixed Chick. Shout out to all of y'all. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Child, you got an old ass woman back here with purple hair. Child, I don't understand how y'all listen to these low testosterone males and these crazy looking females, okay? I'm just saying. But what the hell do I know? Keep thinking that this ninja and these people are for ya. Just think that they for ya. Instead, they out here destroying shit over illegal people. Can we just take a pause for a second? They out here destroying shit for illegal people. But then again, you got people sitting up here talking about if you don't think you're a criminal, then you're not a criminal. They're doing great things. They're doing great things.
Have decided to force TSA agents to work without pay, to undermine FEMA and the Coast Guard and our cybersecurity professionals. Republican leaders have refused to bring legislation to the floor that would pay TSA agents, support FEMA, and fund the Coast Guard.
And TSA officials are now warning if it continues, smaller airports could be forced to shut down completely because they simply don't have the staff to keep security open. And take a look at this, Nicole, right behind us. We've got a whole bunch of people that just showed up, and that's the sort of thing that we have been seeing. You're standing here and you've got long lines, and then all of a sudden a surge of people getting off work. And now here they are trying to get through the line. I actually saw somebody from Clear come over here and talk to people about signing up so that they could get over there and get around the TSA pre-checks. That's how that's working. So that business is booming right now, as you can imagine.
All right, so
Oh shit, can I get clear before? Can I get clear within 48 hours? Bueller, anybody know?
what are travelers being told to do right now? Is this all about arriving as early as you can?
I mean, basically, yes, you've got that. So get to your airport as soon as possible. But one of the things that many people do is they go on the TSA website to check the wait times at the airports that they're going to. But you can't do that right now because the websites are down. So people are being advised to go to the airport websites. That's where you can see the real time. You know what I wish they had, Nicole? I wish they had those Earth cams at all the different airports so that we could all watch over everybody's shoulders to see what's actually happening in real time. But that's the idea of the websites that they've got for each and every airport. You go on and you see where the spikes are, and that's how you can watch it for yourself and just be cool when you show up. Nicole.
All right, Laura Ingle, live for us there at Newark.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that being cool and not being frustrated. Well, I haven't heard of anything, so let me not say that. So shout out to everyone for remaining calm up until this point. Let's see what's going on in Philly. Oh, Lord, help your people and help me. This is as of 13 hours ago. Travelers are planning ahead after PHL closed 2 more TSA checkpoints. Oh, I just anticipate a long ass walk. Anyway.
I mean, right now, it seems like this is the time to come. We heard early this morning, it was awful around 6 o'clock in the morning, but right now, it's really not that bad.
Come on.
Take a look at the board up there. It's telling you the wait times. TSA, the general, is 22 to 27 minutes, 4 to 6 minutes for pre-check, but this is the busiest we've seen since we've been here since about 10 o'clock in the morning. You can see the line. I mean, there are people here, but it's not that amusement park type of...
That line is a line, yeah, but all those, I don't know if can you see this, Mouse? All of these where you see plastic right here, it look like plastic, these should be open. If all these plastic things were open, then there wouldn't be this line. This line is mild. Trust me when I tell you, this line is mild. So this is not that bad. This is not that bad. So if pre-check is only 5 minutes, that's not a big deal to me. I thought that it was just shut down completely and you got to get in line with the peasants. That's what I'm gonna call. No shade. You gotta get in line with the peasants. Let me get some clear, because child, that gets covered and my credit card will pay for it. Let me get some clear.
Line and talking to so many folks, I can tell you they are certainly planning ahead.
We just checked all the wait times ahead of time and made sure to plan accordingly.
Was that so? That was obviously a concern or a thought before you came to the airport.
Definitely thinking ahead.
Simon Soroka is headed to Costa Rica, like many other.
Shout out to Costa Rica. Yeah, so then it looks like if you look back here, this is where the plastic was. If you could see the mouse, it looks like they opened them all. So then that's going to be helpful. But you need these people that look at your passport or your ID and your ticket to make sure you're supposed to be here. That's the concern. You ain't got enough people, which is why these lines will end up so damn long. Ciao.
Definitely thinking ahead.
Simon Soroka is headed to Costa Rica. Like many other travelers, he had to think long and hard about what time to show up this morning. That's because 2 more security checkpoints shut down today. At times, security lines have been head-scratchingly long over the last week.
What have you noticed so far since you've been in the airport?
It's not so bad. It's actually a lot better than I expected. I think this is the longest security line in the airport. And
exactly.
One security checkpoint already closed less than a week ago. The partial government shutdown continues, leading to TSA worker shortages at airports all across the country. They're not getting paid, and some are choosing to quit or work second jobs, according to union leaders. leaders. Inside Terminal B, American Airlines handed out free lunches to TSA workers as a thank you for their hard work. Meanwhile, the
Shout out to them for that. Because they don't even get food for free there. And that food in the airport, as we all know, is expensive as hell. Expensive as hell. Shout out to Paul Revere. Good morning to you. He said, I bet if Republicans introduced a bill that specifically funded those agencies Jeffrey's name, Dems would vote against it. I'm sick of these people. I'm with you. Listen to how he twisted that around. All we want is safe immigration, and the Republicans don't want TSA to get paid. Now, hold on a second. No, you're holding it up because you're fighting for illegal immigrants, and these crazy ass liberals with purple hair and gargoyle rings are supporting it, and you think I'm supposed to be led by those MFers? People that are low testosterone males, much like him, people that support Obama, who said that you need to have an ABCD in your home, even if you have a whole ass man there, and y'all go along with this. Not y'all, you know what I'm saying. And y'all go along with that? Y'all think that that's okay? You're your whole ass favorite president. He's not your first black president, though. Y'all never forget, Bill Clinton is y'all's first black president. That's what y'all said. That's what y'all said. Good morning, Lawrence. Thank you so much. I appreciate you and your generosity as always. Thank you so much, Boo. He said, Auntie, when I retired from the Army June of 2021 during C-19, I was hired by Homeland Security, FEMA. Oh yeah, it's FEMA. Don't we need FEMA? I'm saying, God forbid, if there's a disaster. Remember the disaster in North Carolina last summer? I think it was not this past summer, the summer before, and they couldn't even do anything to help those child. I was hired by Homeland Security, FEMA, in June 2022 until July 2024. I was there when Mayorkas and Criswell lied under oath. I don't know who that is. Under oath about the borders. We wasn't allowed to call them illegal aliens anymore, undocumented only. Yeah, just change the name and that makes everything right? Let's just change the name. Newcomers, isn't that what Brandon said? All these names just to call something, to make something that's already negative sound better. That's why they said, what they call them kids? Remember when Brandon was yelling at everybody saying, if you don't live here, you can't talk about what goes on here. All right, Ninja, like we don't watch the news? Child, these people be wilding. Anyway, what else, child? Thank you so much, Lawrence. I see you. I appreciate you. Y'all, please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
report took to social media offering advice on how to maneuver around the checkpoints and how early to arrive during these closures.
I am so sorry for them not being paid. I think it's
exactly Mima.
So hopefully that'll get settled sooner than later.
Travelers tell NBC 10 timing matters. The longest line we saw today lasted about 18 to 23 minutes at the security line in Terminal B.
What was your concern here?
Like, listen, honestly, if TSA wait is 18 to 23 minutes, that's not a big deal. To me, that's not a big deal. I'm thinking of the long lines that used to be out the door at Philly Airport. The lines used to be on a Monday morning when I used to travel for work. Those lines could be out the freaking door. That's what I imagined. They did show that the one day and then it was looping around. No, that's craziness. And this is Philly, which is a pretty big airport. I'm not looking forward to ATL. I'm just not looking forward to the ATL. Shout out to those that are in the ATL. But honestly, I anticipate that to be the bigger problem.
She was fucking his best friend. So, I mean, everybody's fucking down here in Atlanta. I don't know what to tell you. They breeding like rabbits down here. Everybody getting ass.
Good morning to TLA and everybody in the ATL. Alejandro Mayorkas, oh, I do remember that name, was the Secretary of Homeland Security, and Diane Criswell was the Director of Homeland Security. I know the military be like, can't, talk as freely as they would like, which makes sense because I can't talk about where I work either. Okay, I can't talk negatively about them. So it all makes sense at the end of the day. Worse probably for of course, than us. Mick said, I can't even think about Hurricane Helene. I think it was Helene, right? If that's what you're talking about. I think it was. 4 hours early. Oh, no. The layover is like an hour and a half. That's crazy. I hope that's not the case, Cha.
Missing flights, waiting a long time. What was your concern?
I think missing the flight, especially when you're traveling with a family, you know, extra baggage. So it takes a little bit extra time.
Yeah, certainly a little bit of extra time depending on when you come, but folks are certainly planning. They want you to get here 2.5 hours early if you have a domestic flight. They want you to get here about 3.5 hours early if you have an international flight. But as you can see behind me, those TSA workers, some are here. We get a chance coming up tonight at 6. We talked to a TSA worker, also a union leader, about what she's going through and her fellow coworkers. That's coming up tonight at 6. For now, we're...
Remember when we were watching when they had the trash problem in Philly? Ooh, Lord, Philadelphia be going through it. Anyway, this one is 13 hours old. Shout out to Philly Fox 29. It says 3 TSA checkpoints now closed at Philadelphia International Airport.
We've got 3 TSA checkpoints that are closed at Philadelphia International Airport. There's Terminal A West, that's for international travel, and then Terminal F, both shut down today. They say it's because of the staffing issues caused by the partial government shutdown. You'll recall Terminal C was already shut down. That checkpoint shut down last week. So all other checkpoints are still open. The airport says current wait times are anywhere between 5 and 20 minutes. And Shayna, the travel frustration's really picking up. So 20 minutes, I mean, it's worse maybe at other airports.
I was going to say it's 20 minutes, y'all. Calm down. Just calm down.
But that's still a lot of time. What's it like there right now?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So you have Terminal C, F, and now A West, as you mentioned, that have shut down. And that really forces everybody to come to these lines behind me. This is Terminal D, E, and this has been the steady flow of travelers really all morning. We've seen through the afternoon. And folks, even though taking it in stride, many of them certainly frustrated.
Definitely frustrating.
2 words to describe the sentiments of many travelers at PHL Wednesday as the airport announced additional security checkpoint closures.
Listen, I'm pretty sure it's relative to where the airport is, but in Philly, most of the federal workers are Black. Most of the people in this airport that work here, I said most, are Black. But when I was in Arizona, I noticed that most of them were of Hispanic descent. So I guess it kind of depends on where it is that you live at. So everybody's affected at the end of the day. So while you see a lot of Black people here, it's because it's Philly. It's because it's Philly. So it's everybody all in. Everybody all in.
Effective now, Terminal F, Terminal C, and Terminal A West security checkpoints are closed, forcing every traveler into the few open security lines. The closure is a consequence of the partial government shutdown. The steady flow of travelers telling Fox 29 it's been a challenge.
I actually was checking the Philadelphia airport website before coming here, and it said the TSA pre-check line was 3 minutes. This looks a little longer than 3 minutes to me.
Chelsea Martin from St. Louis travels a lot for work. She says it's been a struggle these past few go-arounds.
I always rely on pre-check, and I expect, all right, 10 minutes or less. And then, like, there are cases where I've missed a flight.
The TSA pre-check line building steady at Terminal DE. The touchless pre-check lane, however, was closed, something traveler Mike Kresge was not prepared for.
Touchless ID doesn't work either. I was expecting the TSA
Oh yeah, that's a long ass line for a TSA pre-check for sure. I've only seen that once. I feel like it was the holiday, so it kind of made sense. And I've lost track of the damn ladybug. It bet not be in my food.
pre-check Touch ID to be available to cut down the time, so I didn't have to wait in this extended line.
Randy Newman from South Carolina echoing the sentiment.
That's inconvenient, obviously. It'd be nice to be able to use your touchless TSA pre-check and walk right through.
In addition to the closures, travelers need to be prepared to walk extra. How many terminals you got to walk through then?
I got to go over to B, so.
This is a huge airport, and going from like A to F or something, it's probably over a mile. Like, it's a lot, and I don't know if they have trams.
Y'all asses should be in the gym. Not a problem. I just look at that as more exercise, y'all. Shout out to my trainer.
Airport.
All right. I messed that up. Moving on. Let's hear what our friend Orlando Minor has to say. But, nobody ever listens to what he has to say, even though he's saying all the right things typically. I haven't seen this yet. It says TSA agents quit. Airports are collapsing, and this is only 15 hours old.
Everybody knows we're at war right now, but did you also know we're in a partial government shutdown? TSA agents have not been paid in 25 days. Yes, the people in charge of airport security have not been paid while we're at war. A highly unpopular war that the regime is doing whatever they can to drum up support for. And the airport security folk have not been paid in 25 days. You see what I'm saying?
Well, looky here. What do we have? Listen, TSA agents, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I hate to be the one to say, look, I tried to forewarn you. I tried to let you know that since we no longer have air traffic controllers on the brink of walking out and planes crashing in the middle of the skies, that they were going to forget about you. This isn't a, aha moment. They're going to forget about you. It's a math moment of, they've done it 3 times already. It's just common sense that they're going to do it again. And I tried to forewarn you and say, listen, I understand that they told you that if you do this, if you do this, if you don't say this, if you don't do that, they told you they're going to rain bonuses down on you. And I showed you proof. That's not going to happen. And now we're stuck at 25 days of you not making any money. How ridiculous is that? Ridiculous bullshit. We're going to jump into it, and I'm going to tell you where we're going to go next, what's going to happen, and what you need to look out for. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. It really does. Any type of financing that deals. Guys, let's jump straight to it. It's been a bumpy ride, especially if you are a TSA agent, a government worker. We know that there's legislation and all this other stuff that's being held up that's stopping you from getting paid. But while you
Well, I let this catch up. Is there still an issue with the food stamps and the Section 8? I'm assuming not, since I ain't heard nobody carrying on about it. Nobody heard anything? Because I heard that Trump was coming for the Section 8 next. You have to look out for that. See what's going on.
You're not getting paid. They're telling you guys to be loyal. They're telling you guys, you better not say nothing on the internet. You better not talk bad about us. Because if you do that, you're not going to get paid. You're not going to get this magical bonus that they're never going to give you. You're not going to get. They're holding the carrot in front of your face.
Shout out to Tom and Jerry. Woo! Shout out to the old school cartoons teaching y'all lessons.
Why you have to jump on programs just to feed yourself. Why you have to go to food pantries and they don't.
It's an evil world we live in.
But listen, I know. Maybe a lot of you guys don't know where we are. So let's go ahead and show you where we are today.
New trouble at the nation's airports just as the busy spring break season gets underway. The TSA warning that along with workers calling out sick more often, fueling long security line delays, the partial government shutdown is now leading to a growing number of officers quitting. NBC senior correspondent Tom Costello covers aviation for us. Tom, good morning.
Hey, Craig, good morning to you. Listen, these officers have been working without a paycheck for a month. They'll also miss another paycheck this week. Remember, they didn't get paid on 3 occasions last fall. And now a growing number is saying they've got to put food on the table. They're leaving. They're actually walking away, taking sick time so they can work a second job. And some of them are simply quitting.
Is that a surprise? Like honestly, is that a surprise? When you've been an agent for, I don't know, the last 4 to 5 years, and 3 times you have not been paid. 3 times you have not been paid. Let me say that one more time. 3 times you have not been paid. Should you stay at that job? Should you look for another job? Should you trust the government who is telling you as an agent, we're going to get to you. And when we get to you guys won't know what to do with the money. That's what they're telling you. We're going to pay you guys back, so we're going to give you so much money. We're going to give you so many programs. Sure. I think this is a great time for Orlando University. What they mean to say is when you get your paycheck, you guys going to get a mean pizza party. What kind you want? Do you want pepperoni? What do you want? Sausage? You want cheese? You can get it all. You can get it all here. We're going to have a mega pizza party. Class, listen, I know that's funny and there's some humor to that, but is that true? See, I can hear him in the back saying, yeah, Orlando, this is exactly what happens every single time. Listen to the class. They're telling you this is what's going to happen, and this is what they're going to do. They're telling you to be quiet. They're telling you don't go anywhere. They're telling you to not feed your family, and you're going to get a pizza party at the end. Now, class, we're going to do
Y'all, how many times y'all haven't seen a pizza party at work? He ain't lying. I'm just saying, he ain't lying. Oh, a pizza party or bringing in some subs is supposed to make everything better. Child, please.
Quick pop quiz. Just a real quick one. If the government has frozen your pay 3 times in the last 4 to 5 years, will they do it a 4th time? Will they do it a 4th time? Now, listen. We're going to let the class answer. Class? I want to hear. Did you hear what the class said? The class said they will. And I agree with them. Get ready. They will do it again. Unfortunately for you, I just want to say this before we move on. It's going to be longer. Get ready. These guys will hold you hostage to map out whatever agenda that they're trying to do. I'm telling you.
All of them. All of them. All of them. But we do know what the holdup is, right? Fighting for illegal immigrants. So you F up all of our lives and TSA don't get paid for illegals. Y'all okay with that? All right, cool.
It's going to be a long one. And they don't care. You're going to hear from management. And management is now allowing airports to give you guys gift cards. Why isn't the airport just giving you money instead of the gift cards? But the more important part is, why is it your employer paying you at all? But let's continue.
1 month in, and the funding fight on Capitol Hill is now taking a toll at airports nationwide. Morale among TSA staffers diminishing as officers are forced to work without a paycheck, some struggling just to afford the basics.
You're behind on the rent, and do you have enough to buy groceries and that kind of thing?
Everything is a struggle. I do feel forgotten about. How long is this one going to last? We don't know. And every day we're just wondering, will we get our checks soon?
Did you hear the young lady? She said, we feel forgotten about. And that's because they have. The media coverage has been shut off. No longer are we waking up every day talking about the air traffic controllers, the planes are crashing. Nobody cares. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way.
No. You know what? He's absolutely right. This is not what they've been focused on or talking about. I just happened upon this, a week or two ago? I didn't realize that we was in another partial shutdown either. This is not what they want to talk about. They've been talking about Minnesota, Kristi Noem bullshit. Yeah, y'all already in here in this part of YouTube, not my travel channel, but in this part of YouTube, it's all about what Anton says, right? So all that, forget all this. This is not important. Timmy I haven't seen Timmy either talk anything about all that money and where it went and who it went to, or nothing like that. What the hell is the news concentrating on now, y'all? I don't even know. I'm not even sure. That's crazy. Well, I guess the government shut down. Oh, Houston. Shout out to Houston and the spring breakers down there and how people are traveling. I didn't even realize it was spring break. I'm not in school. Why would I know that? It's spring break. So now that they got there, they got to get back. So that's still the whole other part of spring break coming back. So it's still probably the probability is that this will still be a big damn deal this weekend, maybe going into the next weekend after that, because they got to get back home because they still down there in Houston. Yeah.
What I mean is no one cares.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you, we don't care. Most people have even forgotten there was a partial shutdown to begin with. The only time people realized it is they're going to spring break. They're going to spring break and they're saying, did you see the lines? Did you see the lines? I have to come here 4 hours. But here's a serious question that I want to ask. The gentleman in the first clip talked about it earlier. Why is it that we're currently in multiple wars? The big war that we're in with Iran, we have seen an uptick in crazy activity in the U.S. Let me say this clearly. This is the time that we should have security at the top.
Well, I be damned. Did I not just say this? I'm just saying, I'm not saying we should be in this war, but do y'all want to see another 9/11? But then these are the people that said that they're so upset that they spending money on surf and turf for the military, and they're all outraged listening to people like Willie D, who don't know what the hell he talking about. Child. Whatever. I guess they got to wait until something happens. And then it will, of course, still be Donald Trump's fault, even though we just heard what Hakeem said. Should we not want security for us? No, we should just want illegal immigrants to come in here and do whatever they want, wherever they want, with whoever they want, and fight for them. Have any Have any of these people that's fighting so hard for illegal immigrants ever fighted that hard for any of y'all? That's what I would beg people to see, understand, and know. Now, in Minneapolis, probably, shout out to the Somalians, but for everybody else, did they do it for you? Did they do it for you? Was Timmy and Jakey and Illy and that AG dude fighting that hard for y'all Minnesotans? Yes, Minnesota. Minnesotans, as they call y'all. And any of these other people that are out here trying to get reelected, are they fighting that hard for y'all? Because they certainly fight, including Doogie. Let me get it together. Including Doogie, including Brandon Scott, including Gavin Newsom. They fighting hard for all the illegals. Child, do they fight that hard for y'all?
This is the time that we need airport security.
These ain't opinions. These are facts.
Does that not make sense to anybody else? Am I the only crazy one?
Yeah.
Am I the only crazy one that says, we're in a crazy war and there's all types of crazy stuff happening in the United States? Maybe we need security for the airlines. This isn't a new story. But you know what the TSA spokesman on media was saying? He was saying, listen, guys, I understand that you guys may have some problems with the fact that we're in a war and we're not paying our employees right now to look at security, to run things through, to make sure that you, the person, the consumer, that's flying on the planes, that you're safe. But let me tell you something. Our TSA agents, even though they're not getting paid, they're focused on your safety. And I just want to say this to you guys very clearly and bluntly. In what universe is he living in? I can tell you right now, a TSA agent isn't really caring.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Unless a bright red gun shows up on the X-ray, they're not worried. You know what they're worried about? They're worried about eating. You know what they're worried about? How they're gonna get to work. You know what they're worried about? How their kids are gonna eat. But listen, I get it. I get it. You guys gotta say whatever you gotta say to protect yourselves. But I just wanted to be clear.
In Las Vegas, one of the casinos delivered lunch to unpaid TSA staffers, while the Denver airport is collecting $10 and $20 grocery and gas gift cards to help officers just get by. The TSA says 300 have now quit just since the start of the shutdown. Meanwhile, call-outs are tripling, all of it contributing to major backups at security checkpoints, including a 3+ hour wait at Houston Hobby earlier in the week. Atlanta, New Orleans, and JFK also hit hard by staffing shortages.
It significantly impacts operations. It also significantly degrades morale.
All of Homeland Security remains defunded with no end in sight as lawmakers fight over how to reform ICE policing tactics. All of it with passengers caught in the middle during a peak travel season.
Kids are on spring break, school is out. There's a lot of people traveling right now.
Let me say something real quick, right? They just said how to use ICE to fight or something along those lines. Let me rewind it. Hold on.
Atlanta, New Orleans, and JFK also hit hard by staffing shortages.
It significantly impacts operations. It also significantly degrades morale.
All of Homeland Security remains defunded with no end in sight as lawmakers fight over how to reform ICE policing tactics.
How to reform ICE policing tactics, right? So when allegedly Black people get taken down every day in the streets, because you know that's the narrative, they don't fight this hard for us. Am I crazy? So when it was George Floyd, was that the police? The George Floyd and Mike Brown and all these other people. Now we caused all this chaos, but did these people do all this and stop stuff in order to get things to allegedly help Black people to make sure that they're not taken down in the streets every day? It's just a question. Maybe I missed it. Yeah, I could have missed it. All right. But all this fervor and fighting for illegals, but not for the Blacks, the coloreds, the FBAs, the ADOS, the African Americans, the colors. Pick a name. Did I miss it? Did I miss it? I'm confused. Because according to it was defund the police, but that was social activism. I'm talking about all of these people that were holding the government hostage. Don't do anything until we get something. I don't remember that. Now, defund the police, I remember, and it's still a thing, as they want to refund the police. First it was defund the police. Now they want to refund the police. Depending on the crime that happens, of course. But I'm just saying, with government shutdowns and was all that going on and I missed it? If I missed it, let me know. Maybe I missed it, child. Chaos in the street. Yes, they got chaos in the street going on. That's why you got that lady that got taken on up out of here down in Minnesota, and the dude too. Chaos, chaos, chaos. You got them with their furniture all in the street and they checking you before you can come into your own neighborhood. Chaos, chaos, chaos. All right. Yes, the chaos is there. Just like it was the chaos when stuff happened to people. George Floyd for sure. But y'all, what they get from that? What they get from that? Maybe I'm telling y'all, maybe I missed it. I'm conceding that I may have missed it. All this fervent fight. You got Don Lemon out here running up in the churches, and he knows better. He black, he know better. You got the Black Lives Matter lady out here fighting too. Were they doing all that for black people? I'm gonna just stick with George Floyd. With George Floyd shutting down the government, were the government officials holding firm and stopping the government? Who was president then? Who was the president during George Floyd? It was Joe Biden, right? Was Joe Biden stopping stuff down and saying there's no way we are moving forward until we get changes to the police? All of them period point blank. Nada. Again, I could have missed it. But that was, Joe Biden is the man. Claiborne, Jimmy said, I don't want nothing from Joe Biden. As long as he's president, that's all that matters to me.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
All right, cool. Thank you, Woody. Woodsy. So if that's the case, then the Democrats definitely should have been holding out. They definitely should have been holding out and causing all this chaos. And was the TSA people not getting paid then because they was not allowing shit to go through because they said you got to do something about these police and what they doing to black people? Is that what happened? I'm seriously asking, is that what happened? Because I may not have been traveling as much then, even though I was, just not as much as I am now. I'm just asking. I'm just trying to understand. Maybe it's something that I'm missing.
All of it with passengers caught in the middle during a peak travel season.
Kids are on spring break, school is out. There's a lot of people traveling right now.
The government needs to get their act together so that we can live our normal life.
See, and that's when, and TSA agents, this is where I'm trying to point and make sure that you guys understand this, is that it will become news when people become unconvenienced. See, that's when it will be news. And before, I know I had TSA agents come into my comment. They even DM'd me and emailed me and told me, Orlando, I hear what you're saying, but listen, we spoke to some higher ups and they said it's not going to happen that way. Where are we today? I mean, listen, I understand that your higher ups told you one thing. And listen, I always say this. Jeremy is going to tell you a lie. Why do you think Jeremy is going to tell you the truth? Why do you think Jeremy is going to say, you're not going to get paid in 25 days or plus? And guess what? We don't know when you're going to get paid. We just don't know. I mean, we're taking care of the higher ups, but you guys at the bottom.
That's a great question, and one I don't know.
That's all I'm saying. He's not going to tell you. But I hear people in the background. They say, Orlando, well, I get it, but are the lines that bad at the airport? Orlando, it can't be that bad. Well, let's go ahead and take a look.
It also depends on the day that you leave, the time that you leave, where you're leaving from. All those things do matter. And like somebody said that spring break is probably coming to an end. Maybe it is. It could quite possibly be. But because we see what's going on in Houston, I'm assuming that this is the weekend that they all come back. So it could turn into a fiasco from that perspective, allegedly. Klein said, Democrats want more people on welfare. It's a business to them. They figured out how to buy votes. That's the LBJ way. Shout out to him. I've already showed that. But, I guess they just think that that's a lie. Keep wanting everything from the government, child. I'm just saying, allegedly. West Cruz says we Hispanics only vote Hispanic or white, not black. I totally believe that. We've already said that Hispanics can choose on application or whatever, whether they're white or not. They can say they're white or they can say that they're Hispanic. So that's not even a surprise. I don't know why that would be a surprise to anyone. But Black people love to bring Hispanics in, pre-Jasmine Crockett, of course. Just say it's BIPOC. Just say it's black and brown. Just bring everybody in. Don't get ish. And then what happens in the end, as per usual, nothing ever changes. But y'all, I don't know. Uncle Charles, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Shout out to all of y'all. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
Looks pretty long to me. Well, maybe that's just maybe it's just the top part, you know, the main part.
That kind of looks like San Diego a little bit.
Yeah, this is the part. Yep. We could be there a long time.
One of the worst, not worst. I don't like Miami International Airport, but the longest lines that I have seen has been Orlando, MCO. Very, very long lines typically. So I cannot, because people go to MCO because that's how you get to Disney and that's how you get to the cruise ports. And I don't know what else is there. So they stay busy. I cannot imagine. I cannot even imagine right now.
And this is what I'm talking about. This is the reason why. This is the reason why I say it's important to know what's going on. It's important to stay up on your budget, save money, stuff like that. I've said it over and over again, and I know, everybody's gonna tell me the same thing. Orlando, I know you're telling people to save, but it won't help them out of anything. Now, I mean, words have meanings, right? Words have meanings.
What? Words mean stuff. Words mean things? Oh no. Where did we ever hear that before?
I want you to listen to what you just said. You said people saving won't help them get out of anything.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That is the whole purpose of the saving. You know, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. You're telling me that you have extra money and you could save it, but instead you went to a Chris Brown concert. Ooh. and you couldn't do anything else with that money. You told me you were behind on bills. You were behind on bills, but you bought that new car. Yeah, you bought that. You used the money that you could have put on debt to buy a new car, and you already had a car. The car before got you to where you needed to go, but you wanted people to see you coming around the corner. What happened to the money once you got your back pay? Did you put it back on the credit cards that you used to bridge you over? Or did you go to that Cancun trip? Yeah, I saw it on the television. Isn't that where the cartel was taking over Mexico? Ooh. I'm just saying. Somebody
forgot about that. Oh, shout out to Orlando. Everybody was on there talking about we stuck. It's not safe. Oh my God.
Somebody was telling you to save that money. And it wasn't me.
If you have a flight to go somewhere anytime soon, good luck, have fun. You may or may not miss that flight. You may more than likely miss it though. TSA agents, they're just not working. They're not showing up to work because they're not getting paid anymore. Ever since Monday, there was 2-hour wait lines, okay? 2 hours is still a long time for a wait line. Now, before you even get into the airport, you have to stand outside in the parking garage and wait in that line. What? And again, it's just because nobody can go through TSA to be able to get security. At this point, just things are falling apart. Everything is falling apart right in front of us. There's like a new bullshit thing every day. When is all this gonna get fixed? Like, I mean, literally what, 7 years ago? I'm just gonna say 7 years ago, way before COVID, because, you know, there was still some bullshit. But at that time, all the way back until, I don't know, ever since I was born, 2002, I'd say. Oh, wait, maybe not a good year. 2005, okay? It would just flow. It would be like this. It would just go easy, you know? I'm just so sick and tired of it, man. I want to fall asleep, wake up, and then, oh my God, everything's heavenly. What happened? I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Well, I mean, for what everybody says, 2026 is going to be a great year, right? Right? I mean, listen, that's what everybody's telling me. That's what everybody keeps telling me. Orlando, you say 2026 is gonna be bad. I got another prediction. It's gonna be the best year ever. And I say, you know, hey, listen, rosy colored glasses, you want to be positive about it, overly positive, almost lying to yourself positive, then hey, go do what you got to do. But listen, I just want you guys to know, this is the reason why I say this all the time, guys. You need to take care of yourself when you're getting onto these flights. Know the risks involved. If you
You need to take care of yourself before all this any daggone way, instead of listening to what these politician people will say to you, because I just say that shit to get them where they need to be. But maybe it's just me, child. Like I said, I ain't seen nobody let me know how the hell they was holding out when we needed the daggone police to stop taking black people down in the streets. I ain't seen nobody say nothing yet. They wasn't fighting this hard, but they fighting hard as hell to keep these illegal people here. Now, it just happened to work out that, you know, this is the discussion that we're having because this is really about the TSA workers. So let me digress. And maybe that's what I'll bring back later on when I come back at around 3 p.m. EST. But shout out to the TSA workers. I support the TSA workers. I wouldn't work for free, and neither would none of y'all. So hopefully they get whatever the hell it is that they need to have done. F them Democrats, because they the ones that's holding it up. That's what we've learned today, because they want to fight for illegal immigrants over the daggone American people that are already here, let alone the daggone TSA workers that's supposed to protect us to make sure that we don't have another 9/11. But y'all, toss that out the window, right? That don't matter. So at this point, 48 hours away, fingers crossed that I make it. I've changed my leave time to 1 a.m., but I think I'm going to push it back to 2 and take a chance. I'm going to take a chance and go at 2. And then I will record the whole time to see what's happening when I get to Philly. So hopefully y'all will be there. Shout out to the Travel Channel. I put them on today. Shout out to all of y'all for being here. Appreciate you. Shout out to everyone that donated. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. Shout out to Lawrence for being a stream sponsor again. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. If you are new, go to work, because I'm about to go to work. I see you all in the next one.